Hello my Beatles friends, welcome back to another video, second video in this year. You all know what I'm going to talk about, right? Recently I purchased this album. This is Please Please Me Stereo Gold. And today in this video I'd like to dive deeper into that album, show you the label, because on the previous video the people wrote me in comments, why don't you show us the label in in detail and everything like that. So this video I'd like to dedicate to one of the biggest purchases and one of the most important and most expensive albums in my collection. I think it's gonna be on top, creme de la creme. And right next to it I'm gonna show you the mono one, compare. Then we're gonna go into the Noske book and we're gonna read the information there. I actually spoke with Mr. Noske personally, and I showed him this album and he congratulated me and he said refer to my book and read the page there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this video will be dedicated to these two albums. I'm gonna show you how to identify the gold cover from a later cover and so on. So now I'm gonna switch to the book mode and then I'll come back here. Here is the Noske book, page number 28. Shows all four variations of this album, 2 mono, 2 stereo. Black Gold, the release of the Beatles' first UK long player on March 22nd, 1963, came at the time when Parlophone's record label were given a totally new look. Initial pressings, though, in both mono and stereo came out on the soon-to-be-deleted gold and black labels with a curved long playing at the top, which are shown on this page. In the first print run of the both audio formats, 4 Lennon-McCartney songs, I Saw Her Standing There, Misery on side 1, and Do You Want to Know a Secret, and There Is a Place on side 2, were incorrectly credited to Dick James Music, see first and second row, when in fact they should have been Northern songs, thus inadvertently creating a couple of collector's items. In the following print run, believed to be much smaller because of the impending label change, those mistakes were corrected. See rows 3 and 4. The credit mistakes were also corrected for the stereo edition of the LP, which makes the variation of the album the rarest and most valuable by far, since stereo albums were sold in far smaller quantities than mono ones. So actually, this label variation is the rarest ever. This is the mono, which is not difficult to find. You see, there is a Northern song here under I Saw Her Standing There. Now, this is the one that I have, actually, the stereo, and also this one I have. My two versions are these two, with Dick James credits. It's my mono. And here, as we can see, we have Dick James music instead of Northern songs. And that's the stereo one. And once again, Do You Want to Know a Secret is one of the 4 and has Dick James here as well. So that's this one. This is this version. And the mono version is actually this one. Now I do not have neither of these two. As Mr. Noske says, this is the valuable by far, but I think that mono version with the Northern songs, it's not that difficult to find. The next topic that I want to talk about is the text code. On the mono, I actually have empty. This one was released on 22nd March 1963, and ZT was already omitted. But what's interesting is that the stereo version that was released 6 weeks after, and by the end of April, has actually ZT, which makes it, the first ever variation. And ZT appears on Love Me Do single from 1962, and also there is a Love Me Do single that has empty. So that's quite unique. The labels here do have small lettering of 33 1/3 on the left side of the spindle hole, and this feature remained also with the third pressing already on yellow-black Parlophone label. Also we have it here on mono, and we do have it on stereo. This is the mono pressing, which is the third one, which can be easily identified by this 33 1/3 to the left of the spindle hole. Now I do not have the third pressing of stereo, but I do have the later pressing of stereo. But I do have the later stereo pressing, which is this one, and here we do not have 33 1/3. This is actually a fifth stereo pressing. If you think the cover is also the same, then you are mistaken. This is a mono cover, and this is a stereo cover. And actually, this is also a mono cover, but how do we identify which one is the gold cover and which one is the the regular cover? You can identify it by looking at the bottom right corner. You can see the photographer's credits, photo by Angus McBean. If P of the photo is far right under S, you have a gold cover. If the P is under G, which means the photo by Angus McBean was shifted to the left, you do have the later cover, which doesn't belong to golden one. Same here we have with the stereo. This one is the gold stereo, and this is the regular stereo. Well, that was the information, all the technical information that I could give you. And I had several other opportunities to, purchase this album a couple of years ago. There was a guy selling it on eBay, and he wanted something like 2,500, something like 2.7, and I said, come on, do you want to trade or something? So I found him on Facebook, because he had a company name, and I could find him on Facebook, and we spoke, and he wanted something like ridiculous thing to trade. He wanted 1,500, and he wanted like 100 records, which were much more expensive than that. So I had to decline because the album was not in a good shape. There was also, even earlier, there was another pressing which was being sold on eBay as an auction, and it sold for only $1,000. But the album was so trashed that you couldn't even see the grooves, the separation between the grooves. So I asked MrElirecords from Israel what does he think about it, and he said I wouldn't even come closer to this one. So, but the thing is that, annoys me is that this album that sold for 1,000 with it in the trashed condition, it was sold actually with the original NEMS record store bag. But still, this kind of condition album doesn't worth $1,000. So I decided to wait a bit, and there was another copy for 7,000 and one for 18,000, but it's already ridiculous prices. And there is one sold for 25,000 right now on Discogs. And also, what triggered me into buying this is on 11th of November 2023, I was in Hertogenbosch. You can see the video, which I filmed. I put the link in the description section below. And there was an auction, actually a live auction, where this album sold for £6,200 plus 30% taxes, which means the guy paid almost £8,000 for it. But it was in a great condition, and the album you actually can see on my video. I couldn't show the album itself. I only could show the cover because they didn't put the album on the display, for obvious reasons. And I said, okay, I want to have this one. I want to be in the league of those who have it. And I started searching. So finally I found one guy on Discogs, and he was very friendly, and we had a conversation, and turned out to be, yeah, I could buy it. So I paid all the protections and everything, and you know, this is once in a lifetime opportunity, and I grabbed it. And I didn't know that MrElirecords, right exactly the same time, he was negotiating with another guy for this album. So I bought it one day before. No, he bought it one day before I paid, and he received it by post one day before me. Okay, so you can see his video. I will also put the link to the description section below. Okay, so that was quite a journey, interesting one. And let me show you the Omega catalog that I took from Holland. This is the Omega auctions catalog, and here, please me, as on the back side. And it was lot number 67. And let me read you the description that they put for this album. The Beatles Please Me LP Original UK Stereo Black and Gold, PCS 3042. A beautifully kept, iconic first UK stereo black and gold copy of Please Me. This copy is the very first pressing of Parlophone with the distinctive black and gold labels, with Dick James credits on tracks A1, A2, A6, A7, B4 and B6. This topic requires a little explanation. The first single, Love Me Do P.S. I Love You, was released on Edmore and Bleachwood Ltd. Edmore and Bleachwood Ltd. credits. Then Please Me, Ask Me Why was actually released on Dick James. So this is correct. Now, so the first two songs, I Saw Her Standing There and Misery, mistakenly were credited to Dick James and then corrected to Northern Songs. Now, if you look on the stereo one, the corrected one, the later one, Ask Me Why and Please Me actually remain with Dick James credits, although the first two are changed to Northern. Same goes with the two others on the other side. That's why Mr. Noske refers to only 4 songs and Omega Auctions refers to the 6 songs. Actually, Omega Auctions made a little mistake in the description. There's the mistake there is only on 4 songs, not on 6. So the second variation that has to be corrected to Northern Songs, it actually 4 songs have to be corrected, because Ask Me Why and Please Me are credited to Dick James, as we can see here on the single and on the album. Here, I Saw Her Standing There has a Northern Songs, and Please Me has Dick James. So Omega referring to 2 extra songs, I believe was a little mistake. The record is in superlative X plus condition, retaining the superbly glossy original luster. Luster? Okay. There are only a couple of extremely faint, slight and wispy paper marks on the wonderfully clean playing surfaces. With stunning sharp and clean labels, with ZMT text code on side 2. We see ZMT. I do have ZT on gold, and I have MT on gold stereo and MT on gold mono. But this one is ZMT, which is quite interesting. Matrix mother stampers is 1R and 1G on the second side, housed with clean original Emitex inner. The first pressing, right aligned Angus McBean credit sleeve is in a neat VG plus condition. The front is lovely clean order. There is a very small section of the bottom right section of the reverse flip back tab missing. The reverse elsewhere is clean order. The spine is in sharp, clean and fully legible order. Lovely to see, complete with original NEMS Liverpool bag in neat order. A fab example. So this one actually came with the bag from the record store, the one that I actually missed from the other one. Well, anyway, I wasn't after that bag at all. Guide price £5,000 to £7,000. So actually 6200 was very optimal. Now, from all the 4 items of the Beatles sold on Omega auctions, I actually do have 3. That was a Christmas Flexis, that was a Christmas full album, the British one, Please Please Me Stereo Gold, and Let It Be box set. I do have these 2. I do have the Christmas Flexis, but I don't have the album. Now this album sold actually for 400, but the estimate price was maximum 200. So I thought, okay, for 200 I can take it, plus 30%, which is like, okay, up to 300 euros. But actually I was surprised that it sold for 460 something euros. So I gave up. All right. So my journey of the most iconic and sought after Beatles album is over. And I think I'm gonna take a little break with the big purchases and the big collectibles, but I don't stop collecting. And actually there are a few other items that I bought during that time. A very beautiful promo poster of the White Album, the original one. I think it's a fan club issue. And I also have the German Beatles Soul EP, which is very interesting. Quite rare, not very rare, but quite rare. And there are some other items like a White Album UK First, White Album UK Stereo, and so on. I mean, all those albums that I have already shown before in my previous videos. And a couple of days ago I got the Beatles for Sale stereo version, which I already have, but I improved the condition. The older one was quite used. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you very much for watching, and that was a great video and great journey. And see you in my next videos. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment on my videos, share my videos, and peace and love, everybody.